There is a question that we are not answering to our market. And that question is, who is she? And why is this different? What is different about this event than the event that happened 2 weeks ago by some guy who then brought some women in to attract women into the event and to attract men into the event? What's different? I've been to other conferences before. We're not answering that question.
Yeah.
We're not even like touching it.
Yeah.
So when you say, so when I'm watching the emails are coming out and you're saying, no, the emails for the new people is different. Well, if they're not positioning Dani Johnson and the event as it's talking to a brand new cold person, meaning if it's not going to work, go outside.
Yeah.
Guys, please do this. Can you please do this, Becky, please? Can you please start testing all the messaging that happens outside? Get out of the building. So it's once we all go through and edit it again, we gotta get crap off our plate. We gotta just take like everything off the plate that is not going to result into these particular things. And we're super good at making things fit on our objective, but they're not our objective.
Right.
So imagine if you guys gave yourself the time to test it on right across the hall, the doctor's office, the mortgage office, the chick that owns the dress shop, the pizza place, Mail and More, Entertain Mart, like everywhere. Like I want to see us leaving and going and saying, "Can you tell me what you think of this? Thank you so much."
Yeah.
And we'll get their response.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Great, thanks.
Sure, that's good.
Right? So that's one question we're not answering, which once we answer that question, it's huge. So I'm gonna tell you guys, and you have to remember to bring me back to this because it'd be really important. Okay, now here's what I know. I was reading recently, and I feel like I'm being trained. I feel like my God is pointing my mind in a direction that is like new, fresh, something I've never thought about before ever. And I mentioned some of it a little bit to you recently about military stuff, right? And so here I'm reading in Joshua and Judges, and I see, and in fact I'm going to ask this again because I want to bring them up to speed and it needs to go deeper inside of you guys. You know the story of Gideon. Do you know the story of Gideon's last battles?
I believe I do.
Okay, so what did it have to do with? There's a number involved.
Get everything down to, was it 300 men?
You got it, 300 men. Remember that story? Gideon, 300 men. I've taught on it many times, but I did not see what I saw this time. So 300 men. Do you know how they proceeded into battle?
Or, okay, I was thinking how they determined to get down to the 300.
No.
No, I don't.
I don't remember.
Okay. Tell them.
They were breaking pottery and shouting and didn't they hold like
Shofars.
torches too?
Shofars.
Was it torches? Wasn't it
Breaking pottery. They made themselves.
Loud. So they thought there were thousands and thousands.
So when Gideon says, for Gideon and for Yahweh, is what it says, you break that pottery, blow that shofar. Okay? What is that? Another story that reminds you of?
Joshua marching around the walls
Jericho.
7 times.
And then what do they do on the 7th day?
Blow.
And give a war cry.
War cry. Right.
Bam! And I got the picture. I know what our war cry is. I know exactly where we stand out more than the others that are doing events to get rich is our testimonials. They don't have them.
No, they don't.
This is why they don't promote them.
Right.
They promote endorsements, and I'm going to tell you, as one who is an author, as one who's been a TV personality and a radio host for 10 years, what I can tell you is how the endorsement world works. I know how it works. Do you know why I know how it works? Because they've approached me.
Yeah. Oh.
So
okay.
I've been approached to endorse. So guess what happens with an endorsement?
They own you.
Money.
Yeah.
Right.
You buy the endorsement. You buy the celebrity to say X.
Yep.
Okay, so different products, different brands, different shows have said, Dani, we'll pay you X to say this. I won't do it. My answer's been no every time. No thanks. No, I'm sorry. I just had another one. I just got approached by another company who wants me to try out their product, and they understand that my heart is for the orphan, right? They know what my motivation is. Very few people ever figure that out, so it's like, I gotta hand it to you. You nailed it on that one. Versus, we're going to give you all this money. No, Dani, check this out. This product is going to help you do X. It is going to help you shrink Y. And we will the company's going to give you $5 to the poor for every one of these that gets sold through your charity. So if we sell X amount, that's $5 million.
No thanks.
This is an endorsement,
Yeah.
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So people, so listen, when you have real testimonials, you're going to sell those testimonials.
Right.
You're going to tell
That's the
people
shofar.
this is
That's so great.
That's the shofar.
That's so great.
That's the shofar. The shofar
That's
is
great.
what?
Breaking
We get
pottery.
testimonials every single day in this place.
We do.
We just heard one this
Yeah.
morning. We just heard a story this morning of the Gorans in 2015, flat broke, no money, not making anything online with an e-commerce
7
business
million.
to $7 million.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
this is the woman next door.
Yeah.
This is not some like beautiful. No, I'm not saying
Right.
she's not beautiful. She's beautiful, an amazing woman. But this isn't like the model,
Perfect.
perfect,
Yeah.
celebrity.
Right.
Ding. No.
Right.
She is
Right.
the mother next door. She is the
Right.
wife next door. She is the wife whose husband's gone all the time with his job. Within a year, he was able to leave his job, and now he's doing inside of now their business together, their e-commerce business together,
Right.
utilizing the skills that he was on the road and working around the clock all the time.
Yeah.
They've totally restored their marriage. They have traveled the world together now. It's something that they did not do.
Yeah.
So, and they paid off a crazy amount of debt, right? So, you can't compete with those stories.
Right.
You cannot compete with those stories, right? When we have Tammy right in our, no, we got Butch and Diane McCracken who's sitting right here.
Yeah.
Okay, came from the grocery business. Came from the freaking grocery business.
Yeah.
Overloaded with debt, $600,000 worth of debt, right? Thinking, we got to make more money. How are we going to pay this debt off? Yeah, money is the problem. It is the problem. The money was destroying the marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
The money was destroying. You had a bad relationship with your daughters. There was disconnect all over the place. The two of you
I had a meeting to separate
we're separating. This ain't working. It's over.
with the kids.
Yeah, with the kids. Like,
Weeping. Like, it was horrible. It was horrible. But I said to them, I don't want you to think that this is normal. This is not normal. You're growing up
guess
thinking
what?
this is normal.
Meaning the fights.
This is not how it's supposed to be.
The way your marriage is.
Yeah, it was
It's
horrible.
not the way it's supposed to
Right,
be.
it's
Right?
horrible.
So look, we have stories living.
Loveless,
We have
yeah.
stories living in this building. Our team, the people on email, the people on the phone, the people who are producing the event. Everybody inside our entire office has a story.
My name is Butch McCracken. I'm the general manager for the company, and we collectively have paid off a little over $650,000 in debt in about 5 years. One thing that hit
You're
me...
debt-free.
Debt-free, consumer debt-free. We did just purchase a rental property, our first one ever, so yes. What hit me as I was up there next to Chad was that I was 45 when I started to come, and Sam at 9, Elena at 16, the generational that's going to happen. I now have a grandson that won't do the things that we did. I have a 16-year-old that has more in savings than I had at 45 years old. I have a 23-year-old that is debt-free, married to a great guy who they're financially independent at 23. And it hit me that it's about to hit my grandson. So it's bigger than $600,000 in debt. It's bigger than income. It's about generations. It stops here. You have, for 7 years it hasn't hit me. It hit me. It stopped when we decided to come to these events and apply. So keep that in mind. See the future. If you don't have kids, you're going to have kids. Realize that. If you're going to have grandkids, it stops here because
The
of what
bondage
you've done.
stops here.
Yes.
By the way, his daughter Elena also had been coming to the event since she was 16, traveling here to a First Steps to Success in a shuttle van, meets a guy named Isaiah Holden. They're married and they're now having their first child. They got married a year ago, right? A year ago. Yep.
Yes.
So my name is Tammy Price. I work in leadership development. What we do here is make sure that you are really well taken care of and you know what to expect when you come to an event. We help you with questions on products. We help you in terms of getting your friends, your family, your colleagues, anyone you care about really registered for First Steps to Success. Prior to First Steps, I was drowning in a massive amount of debt. I was stressed out. I was that bill collector calling people on the phone saying, pay your bill, yet I had tons of bills and I was avoiding phone calls myself. So since coming to First Steps, I've eliminated $457,500 worth of debt. You heard that right. I became completely debt-free, house and car included. So in addition to that, having that massive weight and that chain, that shackle around my neck lifted from no longer being in debt, I used this training in my industry doing collections to get a raise, 2 raises in a 4-month period in an industry that doesn't easily give raises. So it impacted my income month to month as well as becoming debt-free. I'm able to travel so much more now. I'm happily married with a cute little boy named Paul. So if you're wondering if the training works for you, trust me, it works. I'm proof of that. I was the skeptic who came to my first event looking to put as many holes in the training as possible, go back to the resource table and ask for my refund knowing that it wouldn't work. And at the end of the event, I couldn't do it. It worked. The training worked. So if you're on edge, if you're wondering, I encourage you, call in. Let me talk to you. I have tons more stories to share with you of other people who were at one point maybe skeptical or didn't think it would work for them, and massive results to prove that it does work.
It is.
Rachel's
It is.
family, over $1 million worth of debt paid off, doubled her income, came here as a teenager. Mom bringing her to First Step Success. Uncle brought the mom. Marriage is saved. Crazy, crazy. People quadrupling their income. Like, crazy stories that are right here, right? And so I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that our stories is what we have to lead into the marketplace with, because that's the place that differentiates DaniJohnson.com from all the rest of the wonderful so-called self-proclaimed gurus that are out there. And here's the reality. Here's the reality. Here, and this is what I'm watching, and it's breaking my heart. I am watching even some of my family members, extended family members, whatever. I am watching people that are completely distracted online, and they're answering all those ads. You know,
right?
It's the get rich tomorrow BS.
Right.
It's the everything appealing to their greed, doing nothing but selling greed, selling greed, selling greed. They end up going to these pitch fests, right? So again, so I'm saying we're not answering the question, how is DaniJohnson.com different than all these other seminars? Because seminars are happening all over the place right now, right? So what's the difference? You actually get to put to use what you learn, and what you learn is so simple that the children put it to use faster than the parents do. That's how simple it is. Because the parents, because the kids are like, I can do that.
Right.
The kids are learning communication skills and learning how to start businesses and making more money than some of their parents are. Like, that's what sets us apart. Okay, so what makes us different? Why is First Step Success different? We have to answer that question. So what I'm telling the two of you is that there's questions coming into that call center that they need to hear.
Yeah.
Because we need to answer that through social media. We need to answer it through video. We need to tell the truth of what is going on inside of this organization.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not only the questions, what are the objections that they're getting? We need to know what those objections are so we can handle it all the way around the building.
And Zendesk is like the tip of the iceberg as compared to what's out there right now.
Yeah, but there's also the phone calls. So the phone calls are coming in. What's the key objections that we're getting? What's the key objections that we're getting? Now, I would imagine that by the time the phone rings in here, people have a general idea that they kind of know what we're doing. But I know this, if you can answer that question, who is DaniJohnson.com and why is it different? What is different about this? Andy? In fact, let's get Andy in here. Can you go grab Andy? Because this is huge. What is different? Who is DaniJohnson.com? And why is it different? How is it different than all the rest of the people that are out there? Well, I know this. What I know is that every week there is somebody who has become a self-proclaimed guru, and I am absolutely not one of those. I am a mother of 5, a grandmother of 8. I am a wife. I am a former broke, homeless cocktail waitress who is also a full-on whore, who was suicidal from the time I was 6 until my 30s, who was homeless at 21, but by 23 I made my first million, and it was not rocket science. It had to be so simple because I was too stupid to do anything smart. I was not smart. I'm still not smart. And everything we teach is so simple that kids do it.
Kids do it.
Kids do it. Your kids did it.
Fast. Yes, they have. Yeah. Totally.
Your daughter's
Totally.
doing it.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks, she's doing it. It's
Right.
like so simple to activate,
Yeah.
activate, and see a result instantly. That our clients see results while they're still in the event. Literally, after the very first session, at the first break of lunch on the first day on Friday, people come back already with results because
Right.
what they learned already for that first 3.5 hour session, they got it. Andy, can't wait for this. Okay, so here's the deal. How are we different? One thing I do know. I am so glad you're here.
I'm glad we're here.
Andy, this is going to be...
No,
he's not going to let a lady stand.
Yes, thank you. I will sit here so he can
You
do the
are going to
thing.
sit.
No,
Sit. Sit. Sassy. Find him over here with the... Sit. Talking. I'm putting you on. I'm going to ask you the same question. So here's the deal. The question we're not answering the market is, how are we different? What's different about DaniJohnson.com, and who is DaniJohnson.com? What do we do? Okay, what do we do? We have to answer that. And so one of the things that I believe that differentiates us is we have proof. We have absolute proof that what we do works.
Right.
That it's simple. That it's delivered in a way that doesn't make someone go, I can't do that. No, it makes, let me out of here so I can do this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People get results on the very first break, the very first session. People get results. Like on their noon, remember the last story of Michael Summers? Activated instantly
Yeah.
what he learned.
Right.
And had a complete reset over his entire life by activated instantly what he had learned in those first 3 hours.
Yeah.
Then the next 3 hours, activated again.
Yeah.
He had some of his staff with him. Bam! In his second event, activate, activate, activate. And this is why our clients get such fast results. So we have to answer, who is this? Who are they? Why are they different? So I believe that we have to answer that question, how are we different? Here's some places where we're different. This is not about making a speaker rich. The speaker doesn't take a salary. She signs the check over. This isn't about making the owner of a business richer. The owner of the business, who's the same person as the speaker, does not take a salary. So the speaker doesn't get paid to speak, and the owner of the business doesn't get paid to run the company. Sign the check over. Don't get paid. So this isn't about making some motivational speaker, some guru, some trainer, some so-called leader, where that leader could be a pastor, or that could be some trainer in some specific industry,
Right.
or whatever, whether it's a real estate, guru, whether it's a motivational, empowerment, self-help. It's not about making the pastor more rich. It's not about making the business person more rich. It's not about making the speaker rich because this speaker doesn't take it. This owner doesn't take it. It's signed over to the poor. That's one place where that's what this seminar is not about. I am watching people by the thousands clicking, adding to cart on ads where they are being so horribly manipulated into draining their bank accounts to the point of bankruptcy to
Right.
buy some training program,
Further in debt.
of which we have seen these training programs that result in what? Go ahead.
debt, frustration,
Debt,
feeling like
frustration.
you're being manipulated and manipulating others.
Yep. So being trained to manipulate others. So here people they're in such need that, my gosh, money is my problem. Money is the issue. Money is destroying my marriage. Money is destroying me as a father to my children. Money is destroying me as a wife to my husband and as a mother to my children. Money is destroying the person as a business owner, that they're stressed out because they can't figure out how to bring more sales in. They can't figure out how to make payroll. They can't figure out what to do with all the business debt, let alone the home debt that they have there. The house is
Right.
about to be
Right.
foreclosed on.
Yeah.
And so here we are. I'm on Facebook. I see this ad. It's promised me the world, the sun, the moon, the stars. It's promising me that I am an expert and that I am going to convince everybody that I'm an expert. And it's appealing to all my ego. It's appealing to all of my pride as they're fishing for me, looping me in to a big giant conference. Wow, there's tons of hype. Ooh, look at the lights. Ooh, look at the smoke. Look at it all happening. I get there. Every hour there's a different speaker.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Every hour there's a different speaker. And I'm saying if I was the man who's the husband who's got the debt, who needs to figure out how to make his business work, the mom, who's got a little side business, who's trying to figure out how to make ends meet. She sees the debt, she's got to pay it off, like Alyssa Roberti, right? You spent $25,000 going to those seminars, $25,000 answering those ads on Facebook, $25,000 going to the hype fest. That there it is, the smoke, the lights, all the pizzazz, the beautiful videos. It's just making you go, wow. Creating a celebrity out of a nobody. Creating a celebrity out of a nobody.
Which is easy.
All because of positioning and marketing.
And
Creating a
ad spend.
celebrity out of nobody. And what?
And ad spend.
And ad spend.
They spent
Spending
the
it.
ads to be a celebrity.
Exactly.
And made no money.
Made no money. So here Alyssa Roberti spends $25,000 because she's desperate. She's desperate. She knows she's going to end up divorced. She's suicidal. She has 4 kids. She hates her life. She hates her husband. She's going further and further in debt. She sees, wow, look at that video. And these guys spent I just heard this, $1.3 million to put an event on. $1.3 million to impress everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So then here we are, we're delivering what? There's 12 speakers, there's 15 speakers, and every single one of those speakers has something to pitch you.
You know how much money it's spent for them to make just their videos? Let alone
$100,000 for a
to
short little
promote the
3-minute video? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how many orphans are getting fed? Goose eggs.
That's not the goal.
That's
right.
not the goal. The goal is to make the guru into a celebrity,
Right.
a powerful
Yeah,
position.
you make them an icon.
Make them an
That's
icon,
right.
and it's even happening in the church.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
happening in the church. They're doing it. They're following the same exact model.
Yeah.
We now have celebrity pastors releasing into the room because there's certain smells that make people buy.
Yeah.
This is why Abercrombie and Fitch smells like it does. It's a whole science as a certain scent that relaxes people or seduces people into spending. Right? So here, all of this technology is being used, but there is my Alyssa, who has 4 kids. She's suicidal. Her husband is military SEAL. He's gone 10 months out of every year. They never see each other. When they talk, they fight. She secretly spent $25,000 on these events, ending up with nothing. Nothing. Just more debt, no path, no plan, no how-to, nothing.
Yeah.
She ends up at a first step to success. They pay off $350,000 worth of debt. They didn't come to another event where they wasted money. They didn't come to another event where there's 15 different speakers pitching 15 different things that cost what? Please tell me. You've been to these events.
5 figures.
Okay, how much are the packages that are being sold?
I start at 3,000, go to 25,000 at minimum. Some of them 100,000.
Wow. Big ass. That's you've been to some of these conferences?
Oh, yeah.
So you've seen the same thing?
Massive.
Okay. So here we have, she comes here.
I've strategized with those people.
I'm going to ask you more questions about that. So here is Alyssa. She comes to First Steps and she gets 3 solid days of somebody grooming her for success, teaching her all the ins and outs about step 1, step 2, step 3. Now do it again. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Now do it again. All right? So that's for your debt. Now, for your relationship with your husband, here you go. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Now do it again. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Now do it again. Simple. Not these long, drawn out. People, when they come to First Steps, they're not going to hear terminology they can't understand. I freaking speak Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know any other language. So, here's what I'm saying. She comes, she hears 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's the same exact process for learning to cut out all the crap that's in her life that is not producing anything. Focus on things that are helping her. She starts to use these powerful communication skills. She learns these powerful marketing strategies. She learns these powerful problem-solving skills. She learns these powerful money strategies. And now they've created wealth.
Right.
Totally restored their marriage. No longer suicidal, both of them. Now they have 2 extra kids. So we have to answer this question. How are we different?
Right.
What sets us apart?
I know
Number 1, the
exactly what it
heart
is.
of the...
Okay,
Tell us.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us.
So everybody has a blueprint, a playbook.
Can we time out real quick?
Yeah.
Pause. The reason why I have you in here is because in the meetings that you and I have had, you have like so much passion about this. Like, it has brought tears to my eyes so many times
Yeah.
because you get it. You see it because of the places you've been. And see, there's very few people, actually the 3 of us.
Yeah.
The 3 of us who have been in places with the self-proclaimed bought experts. That's what it is. They've bought the impression of success. Some of them by renting a Ferrari for a day, having photographs taken in front of it, rented a huge 10,000 square foot house for a day,
Yeah.
right? And here it is, the guys that are on Facebook, the poor people that are on, not poor, but I'm saying the people that are on Facebook who are hurting, who are looking for hope, who are looking to solve the problems that they're having. They fought again with their wife last night. Their kid is out of control. They're at work, everything's out of control.
They're reactive.
They're in so much trouble. And here it is, here's the guy with the golden teeth and the perfect presentation and the wonderful smile behind in front of his Ferrari, or in it, rented the 10,000 square foot house to say, this is what you can have too if you buy my book right now. And what's behind the book?
More bait.
More bait. Just bait. Just bait. Just bait. So the three of us have been in these places. Sadly, me in the spiritual world, you too, right?
Absolutely.
When I traveled with the most famous and the most powerful religious leaders, and being like clearly told,
Yeah.
when, I'm not going to say the name, but when Pastor so-and-so or Reverend so-and-so, fill in the blank, or evangelist so-and-so, or whatever, when he writes an offer, a prophetic word, we sell more books. But when we write something about taking care of the homeless or the poor, those don't convert. Look at our data.
Yeah.
So we just ask brother so-and-so to write a prophetic word. So you write a prophetic word. So wait a second. So wait, can someone please wait, here it is. 1-900 prophetic word.
Right.
Yeah.
This sounds like palm reading to
You know,
me.
it's,
Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, wait a second. And you know what happened is I studied the Bible, and I found something in the book of Ezekiel, it totally blew my mind. What I found is that he noted every time God talked to him. He did. On the first day of the month of Tislev, on the second new moon of whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he says it in Ezekiel. And the first time I read that whole thing, I just went, God doesn't talk to him every freaking day.
Yeah.
There were like a year that went by where there was no message, or a month that went by, or 6 months that went by. But here we have brother so-and-so that can just craft
At will.
at will. Like, here, give me your palm. I believe the Lord is saying when you buy this book, you're going to pay off all your debt.
My gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. And notice
That's the
that
crap I've seen on the
All those
inside.
prophecies hinge on what's in it for them.
Absolutely, every single one of them.
And that's why
Versus the prophets in the Bible,
Right.
which
right.
is usually
No.
a
Yeah.
totally different
Lay down
thing.
your life,
They would
repent,
get
and
beat up,
yeah.
they would get
Yeah.
killed.
Well, no, their message was
No,
not
their
what's in it
message
for them.
was stop doing
Yeah,
what
stop
you're
doing
doing.
what you're doing.
You are invoking the wrath that's going to come upon you. You're
Yeah.
lying, you're cheating, you're stealing. You can't do it. That's what the real prophets said.
Yeah.
But the current modern day
tickling
is
the ears, which is
tickling
what they
ears
want.
and giving people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the three of us have been behind the scenes in these particular places, and that honestly, meetings like what I'm talking about, and I've been through many of those and worked with many of those. That's enough for someone to go, is God really real? Like, if this is what happens at the
Well, yeah.
top of the spiritual world,
Yeah.
is he really real? Is this really real? No,
Well,
that
that-
is false. That's marketing. That's positioning. That's everything that I understand as a business person. And this is why they're so big. This is why they're filling stadiums, is because they're
Keep 'em-
phenomenal
You
marketers.
have to keep them in a state of lack of identity, insecure,
Keep who?
and sick. The congregation or the clients, anybody. That's the goal.
audience.
You look at hospitals. There's no business in healthy.
Yeah.
There's no business in dead, unless you're run a funeral home. But there's a lot of business in sick.
Yeah.
So
Billion,
yeah.
trillions.
So, but if the blueprint is the same everywhere, right? And the roadmap is the same. It's just different industries. So if you've got the people and you tell them ready, set, but you don't tell them where to go or how to get there, they're gonna keep getting ready and getting set, and there's just a cycle of insanity.
Right.
And so the roadmap that we give people.
So
here,
how are we different?
because we don't want them sick. We want them to get healed, get delivered, and then go. Yeah.
It's one of the
We don't
beautiful
want them
things.
sick.
Yes, it's one of the
But
beautiful
then it's
things
so
that
hard
you stay
because
at
there's no
stage.
credibility in the market anymore.
Right.
So people think, oh, it's okay to be sick because at least I get validation, and then somebody cares. And there's other stuff out there that says, this is your way out of sickness. But what does it do? It just puts you back in ready, set mode. But then you're never going anywhere because that's where they want you.
Wow.
That's it. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Every industry needs business. Like, if you don't bring money to the industry, then the industry dies. So you're going to keep the people in a state of needing in order for them to rise up. But we don't do that, and you don't do that, and that's why I'm here. Because you really care about people.
All right, so hey, there we were in the middle of the day having a meeting and just really like trying to work through some things and figure some things out. And we just decided like, let's just like turn the iPhone on and like just let this be real. Like let you behind the scenes with us here in our office. And so here's what I want to tell you. You just saw some stories, right? And you saw the passion that we have as an organization to see you succeed. Do you know of anyone that's fighting for you like that? I can think of a lot of people who are fighting for your pocketbook. They're fighting for your Visa card. And they're in meetings figuring out how to get you to spend more money with them as they hand you a pile of nothing. Listen, First Steps to Success and DaniJohnson.com is not about handing you a pile of nothing. We're about handing you a pile of results. In fact, this is what I promise you. You give me 3 days of your life and $799, and in the 30 days following that event, give me 3 days of your life, April 12th through the 14th, and then 30 days following that, so by May 14th and 15th, if your bank account is not bigger, and if you are in any kind of sales or business, and if your sales have not increased, if your marriage hasn't gotten sweeter and more harmony, more peace, if your kids are exactly the same, whether they're screaming brats or they're doing okay, if they're the same, then I want you to call us and we will gladly give you your money back. I don't want your money. I want your results. So if you can guarantee me that you will show up, you will pay attention, you will take notes, and you will begin to implement what I have taught you, then in 30 days, you're going to produce a brand new story, just like the thousands and tens of thousands of stories that have been produced inside of 30 days after their very first steps to success. We guarantee it. So the bottom line is, I don't want your money, and I don't want to be your guru. I don't want to be your teacher, your trainer. I don't want to be in any part even your leader. I want to be the one that causes you to step up, rise up, and do something profound with your life. You're going to come to the one place where you can get it all inside of 3 days. And in the proof is that 30 days following, you're going to have a fatter bank account, your sales are going to increase, your job is going to become more fulfilling, your marriage is going to be hotter and sweeter, and your kids are going to blow your mind from the things that you learned that you don't know how to do right now. Because if you knew how to do them, you would be doing them, friend. So you're going to watch your entire life change inside of 30 days. We 100% money back guarantee it. So give me 3 days of your life. 3. I want 3 days to start. $7.99, but if you step up right this minute, we'll take $200 off that ticket. And if you come to First Steps and you say, this is like hocus pocus, phooey, none of this is going to work, I can't apply, I've already heard all this, none of this stuff works, then you come to the back table on the 3rd day and say, I want my money back, that you don't even want to apply any of it, we'll give you your money back right then and there. So step up right now, friend, get yourself registered, stop being broke, stop being seduced by other people on the internet telling you and promising you that you're going to have all this stuff, but they can't prove it. They haven't given you anything tangible. They're either speaking right over your head or you're coming to some event with a bunch of lights and camera and smoke, whether that's your church event or that is some business event. And at the end of the 30 days, when it's all said and done, you have nothing. It was as though what they taught you was nothing but air. That doesn't happen here at DaniJohnson.com. How is it that we get 90% of our clients that go through First Step Success give us a 5-star review? Why? Come and find out. I challenge you. Will you be the next story that you heard inside of today's video? Will you be like these clients who you just heard their personal story about what has happened in their life because they gave 3 days? So listen, there's a chance for you to save $200 right now. So step up, rise up, and do something great with your life. Quit being owned by your excuses. Please stop being owned by stupidity and come to an environment that is going to change you from the inside out forever. I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to see your family there. I can't wait to see your coworkers, your business associates along with you. If you want fast results, bring everybody along with you and watch what happens. Say goodbye to your dead, boring, lack of adventurous life and say hello to the life you're going to write for yourself. I can't wait to see you there. We'll see you April 12th through the 14th. Go to DaniJohnson.com. Again, that's DaniJohnson.com right now. Click on events. You'll see the dates, April 12th through the 14th. Register immediately. Save $200. 100% money back guaranteed. God bless you.